everyone, and welcome to another episode of Annie Talks, where we bring to you interesting stories about interesting people that you want to know about. I'm your host, Annie Rivera. Thank you for tuning in, and to those who have already subscribed. If you're new to the podcast, welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you hear. And if so, I personally invite you to subscribe. Annie Talks is brought to you by Luxwear Trends, affordable, luxurious timepieces for every occasion, luxury that lasts forever, and that's what sets us apart from others. Find us on Facebook and Instagram or visit luxweartrends.com. That's Luxe weartrends.com. In the next few weeks, the thrilling Monster Jam will crush through Orange County in what will be a record-setting 5 action-packed SoCal events at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. Dates are January 13th and 27th, February 10th, 24th, and 25th. An amazing 7 new trucks will make their Anaheim debut appearances. For the all-new 2018 season, you'll see BroDozer, inspired by the popular Discovery Channel TV show Diesel Brothers, Whiplash, Mutant, Rammuntion, Hotsy, and Black Pearl, plus the newest member of the Monster Jam Beasts family, the menacing giant shark Megalodon. And of course, the crowd favorites will also be there. Gravedigger, Max D, El Toro Loco, Son of a Digger, Overkill, Evolution, Avenger, Bounty Hunter, and VP's Racing Fuel's Mad Scientist. If you're not familiar with Monster Jam, these events feature high-octane monster-sized trucks. The events are so popular that these adrenaline-charged motorsports experiences for families has grown in popularity and have expanded worldwide. I'm talking Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Chile, España, Netherlands, Australia, Finland, and Germany. And not to mention countless cities upon cities throughout the United States, from Atlanta, Detroit, Baltimore, Hartford, Houston, Oakland, St. Louis, Washington, D.C., Tampa, Orlando, New Orleans, New York, San Diego, and of course Anaheim, and the list goes on and on. I am thrilled to have had the chance to talk with Monster Jam's Matt Pagliarulo, driver of the monster truck Jester, who was voted Rising Star in 2017. Matt talks about how he got started and his passion for driving and competing in Monster Jam. So, without further ado, listen now to this podcast with Matt Pagliarulo. We're talking to Matt Pagliarulo. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became a Monster Jam driver and what you like about being a Monster Jam driver?
Well, I got started hooked on monster trucks probably about 30 years ago as a kid. And, you know, being in front of these trucks and being around them, how big they are and how big of a presence they are and the cool things that you do at the shows, I just was hooked. So, many, many years went by and, go to all the Monster Jam shows with me and, my whole family. And so we would go to shows and probably about 5 years ago, we decided, we're going to try and build our own truck and competitively compete. So about 4 or 5 years ago, we started building the truck, started building it in our shop, and the whole family's, kind of working on it. And then 3 years ago, we did our first show at Monster Jam, back in Miami. And we were just pretty much hooked. So, I mean, we travel all over the world. We get to meet great people. We get to meet great fans. We have a great following, and we get to do what we love, which is monster trucks, and we get to do it all over the world, and see a lot of cool places and just hang out with a lot of cool people. So it's just what I love about Monster Jam is that it's really it's a family atmosphere. So when we're at the events and when we were fans going to these events, the personal up close, how you can get with the drivers at the pit parties and different things was always really fun and really exciting. And now to be a driver and to get to meet these fans, to interact with our fans, and our fan base is truly an honor. And we're loving it. I mean, we couldn't be any happier. We are so happy to be a part of Monster Jam and the monster truck industry that it's, we're blessed.
So what part of the show do you like best? I mean, I know there's this freestyle and then there's the competition. Tell us a little bit about that and what part of the show that you really like.
I mean, the whole show is from start to finish is just action-packed, but my favorite part would be freestyle. So freestyle is where we get an opportunity to kind of, do what we do. We get to kind of go out on the track, whether it's big air or you've got a special maneuver or donuts or wheelies, and we get 2 minutes to kind of do whatever it is we want to do. And during that time, we just kind of have fun with it and just, try and wow the crowd. And that's my favorite part because, racing is fun and, we want to compete and do well in racing, and we do, but freestyle is our chance to shine and just kind of give the wow factor to these fans and give back. So we really like doing the freestyle part of the show.
So then when you have fans that come up and see the pit show beforehand and take pictures and they ask you questions, what part of meeting the fans do you like the best as well?
Just meeting the fans. I mean, when we go out and we do these shows and we've got people that come up to us that know who we are, that know our truck, know our truck. We affectionately call it the Jestalade. So it's a Cadillac Escalade that we, instead of calling it Jester, we call it the Jestalade. And people know the shows we've been to and getting to hear people's stories and, how we can inspire them and really that's kind of the best part of being, with the fans is getting to hear, how they react and the things they like and just being a part of having the opportunity to entertain them.
And then who would you say was your biggest influence, growing up and then even now?
I mean, with monster trucks in general, all the Monster Jam drivers. So we get a lot of inspiration even now as a driver. I watch other drivers and, how they, work with their trucks and some of the tricks and the maneuvers they do and they're inspiring me. And then I use that to do and push myself to the limits in hopes to inspire other people. I mean, this was a lifelong childhood dream of mine that I finally got the opportunity to do. And so what I want to do is let people know that whatever your dreams are, stick with it and keep that, keep your eye on the prize, so to speak. And even your biggest dreams can come true because, I never thought we'd get the chance to actually, become a part of Monster Jam like we are, and we stuck to it. And, with hard work and effort, we got that opportunity, and we couldn't be any happier to be a part of it.
So tell us a little bit about your pre-show rituals. I know that you have, all drivers, I think, have something similar. So I know that, maybe superstition is not the right word, but what are some of the more traditional things that you like to do to get prepared and get ready for a show?
Obviously getting the truck ready, but once the truck's ready, I'll sit in the truck right before the show starts, kind of just some quiet time and try and just relax. I don't really get nervous before the show. I get more probably relaxed than anything. I kind of, go through some of the things we want to do and the show and how we can, entertain the fans. And honestly, we'll say a quick prayer for the safety and, of all the drivers and crew people and fans, to go on and put on the show. I mean, it is a motorsports show and, we're out there to put on, a great show for the fans and we want to make sure that, everything we do is safe and all the safety features and everything in the trucks that we do is part of that. So, that's part of the ritual too, is to kind of go through and relax and kind of, I guess meditate and say a prayer for safety and of all the crew people and everybody at the show.
Great. Now I know that the Monster Jam World Finals, is that kind of like the ultimate prize, I guess? For someone, let's say, speak to those who've never been to a Monster Jam show. So there's like the qualifier, correct? And kind of walk us through that a little bit. And what's the ultimate like prize at the end of the, end of the run?
Well, I mean, the pinnacle of Monster Jam is the Monster Jam World Finals in Las Vegas. There's a lot of teams that perform and race week in and week out. And when you get the opportunity to actually participate in that event, it's truly an honor. We had that honor last year. We were selected as one of the trucks that could perform in what they call the Double Down Showdown, which is for the newer drivers. So this being my, third year, we were in that event. And just in general, going to Vegas is such a huge honor and an opportunity to be a part of it. We were thrilled. Now, as a fan, there's no other better place to be, in my opinion. The last several years, every year in Vegas, there'll be over 100 trucks on display. So anybody who's anybody in monster trucks is going to be there. You'll see every truck imaginable. So it's kind of like the mecca of monster trucks, and to be a part of that or even be a witness of it is really cool. So people from all over the United States and the world come to Las Vegas every year to be a part of the World Finals because it's just truly an amazing event.
And when is that? The Monster Jam World Finals in Las Vegas is in what month?
That is in the third week in March.
And then, so for aspiring drivers, let's say, people who are interested and want to learn more about that, I mean, what would you say to them and say, how do you get started, or is there a way to get started to get into the world of monster trucks?
Yes, I mean, a lot of kids have the same dream to be a part of monster trucks, be a driver, be a crew member. And the first and foremost thing you got to remember is to, if that's your dream and that's your desire, to stick with it and don't lose sight of that no matter what. And to do that, you can be a part of this by either, getting on a team and kind of working as a crew member and working to be a crew chief and then into a driving position. But being a part of the, meeting the drivers and meeting the different teams and getting those opportunities at the shows is typically how people get their start in monster trucks. You've got to have a passion for it. It's such a unique motorsport to be involved with. And, a lot of people have the desire and want to do that. The other thing you have to realize, too, is it's a tremendous amount of work. So we'll be out there for 5 or 10 minutes putting on a performance, but it takes 3 or 4 days in preparation to get that done. And you've got to realize that and stick to it and put in the effort and the hard work to be able to make that dream a reality and put in the effort and the work to get there. But, getting started with a team and kind of help it out in crewing in various ways is a good way to get started.
So then next week, Saturday, is the Honda, you'll be at the Honda Center. You said this is your third year. Are the fans just as loud as they are, say, somewhere Midwest or throughout the U.S.? I like to think that we are. I like to think that we're pretty noisy out here in Anaheim.
Well, Anaheim's it's great. I mean, as for one of the West Coast stops that we're at, my first visit to Anaheim was last year. I had a blast. It's a unique track, being that it's part of a baseball stadium. So it's unique, and we had a great time. We met some great fans out there, made some new fans, and I'm excited to go back. I mean, I believe there's 4 shows in Anaheim this year, and it just shows the support and how deep the passion is for monster trucks in Anaheim. Everybody loves it, and everybody wants us to come back. We want to be there. We want to put on a show for the great folks in Anaheim.
Great. We're so excited to have you. And then what one final word would you like to say to the Anaheim fans coming out to see you?
Well, I came to Anaheim last year, and it was our first year. And like I said, we met a lot of great people in Anaheim, met some of our fans and made some new ones. I want to continue that. I'm excited to come back. We want to go even bigger than we did last year. And we want to meet our new fans and create even more fans as we get back there this year. We're excited. We're going to be there both, next week, and then following that in 2 more weeks we'll be back. So we've got 2 shows in Anaheim this year, and we're there to put on a show and have a great time with these Monster Jam fans.
Great. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Matt. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
No problem. Thank you very much. I appreciate you give us a call and letting us talk with you, and we hope to see you here coming up next week.
Well, that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section and also rate this podcast. It would surely help me out. I'd also love to hear from you, so tell me where you're listening from and let me know what topics you'd like to hear about next. If you haven't already checked out my YouTube channel, be sure to click on the link in the description box of this podcast. I think you'll find interesting videos on fitness, product reviews, tutorials, my celebration awareness videos, and other Annie Talks and special guests. And last but not least, if you haven't already subscribed to my podcast, be sure to hit subscribe and be notified of new episodes. Thank you all again, and keep listening to Annie Talks.
This is driver Matt Pagliarulo of the Jester monster truck for Monster Jam, and you're listening to Annie Talks.